So this is quickly showing you which stocks are breaking out, right? And basically, and that's where money is flowing, basically. So I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this. So and then I'm looking at this. So that totality gives me where money is coming in. As I see currently, as of now, the red worm is still dominating. You see here only four stocks here. You see more stocks. So what buying coming in market, selling coming in? Yeah, you have some of these stocks which had gone down yesterday, bouncing back, but there is no setup which I see as a good setup for me to get excited at the moment, basically. And also the situational awareness plays into this, because my situational awareness was like not really to go into breakouts early. So as a result, I'm not even like trying to desperately look at breakouts and look at them and try and enter. No, right? Basically. So you see, Meta is getting a lot of buying, but then the question is it a good setup, right? And there is another question which I'm asked, if you're running the scan, nothing will show up before 11 o'clock. Things start showing up as soon as the market opens, right? And a lot of these questions are because people are not using the same scan, or they're not even doing the same thing, right? And so here you have a good, but that's utility, right? Or like you have so many of these stocks are breaking down and they're already showing in the scan, right? So things in this scan build up, but the one which are like in a big breaking down early and all, so many of them have follow through also, right? So here you can see Nvidia now recovered a little bit of yesterday's drop, but that's not a setup which is a good setup. Taiwan say Amy Aristanet power, Chewy, I don't think it has a life-changing catalyst. It's just a 1 day or 2 day day trade as of now, basically. And CEG, that's the kind of setup, right? But here you see like where money is flowing aggressively, buying, like in a Baba has some amount of buying, or JD. So this is just to show you like how these tools all merge in. But I am looking at this also. If I see this red worm dominating, there is no way I'm interested in getting into a breakout very early or find and enter early. Okay. Tesla now fading, right? And that's why you don't go in a market which is weak on something which is showing early strength. So much decision making is driven by situational awareness. I clearly don't have an answer to the fact that most breakouts are likely to work here. So what did I do? I'm just like taking it slowly. On the short side, obviously, shorting early doesn't really help you much, right? Unless you know what you're doing. So combination bullish, you have Chewy, which is just a day trade to me, like a Baba, PDD, Network Appliances, CEG. That's a continuation setup, a sort of BIB. Now that's a setup, but like it's very thin. It's already up $11 or something, up $6, right? And the thing from yesterday, United Health, it's having a small follow through, right? And that small follow through is a good sign, essentially. So I'm just showing you this to see what the process like looks like in the morning, right? And basically to so here, like if you see now, only I just see 8 or 10 here. I see this is already 30, 22, so I know there is more selling coming in. I can see the worm also. The position which I have, United Health, is not doing bad, in the sense it at least had some follow through, right? And basically, that's the way it is. Now you see your player CCJ, so I can check out whether it looks like a good setup. There is a little bit of a movement on the green worm, right? And so little bit things, but this is red. So there is still, this is moving much faster than this is moving. So lot selling, lot more selling than buying here. If you are coming in from a day trading point of perspective, then your view is going to be very different. If you are coming in from a swing trader perspective, then I have to find some good setup which is likely to work, and then only get excited. Otherwise, like no, right? So you see, Chewy is still getting some buying here. That's a nice stocks in play kind of a setup. Uh, from my perspective, I would wait for it to become 9 million and post earning EP for a swing, uh, kind of a thing, right? That's a short crowd. Crocs. So there we have it. AMD. So now ENVX is showing. I can look at like if all of those kind of things. Soxel. But here is the thing: the stocks which work, they will not have this kind of a choppy kind of a post here. Here also it had a very choppy kind of a thing. They will have a very orderly kind of a. See here it had a very orderly. Now this is not a very orderly kind of. Or AMD was like like that. Nvidia, TSM. So this is what I am looking at now simultaneously, right? And basically running through this, I see around 20 stocks and I see around 28 stocks. So it's evenly matched. The worms are also evenly matched currently. So it's just like, and I just recorded this to show you in the morning on a day on which I'm not really super aggressively looking for anything. How or what factors go in or what I look at, which shows me what is happening in the market. So, so many breakouts show up early and uh, it keeps on building. Now Celsius Holding is one of the stocks which is like really making a move here, right? But again, this is a post earnings breakout kind of a situation where it has a probability to work. But this market has not been very kind to breakouts, right? So instead of taking a big position, I'm going to take a small position here into this particular stock because it's on my list of stocks to like buy as a post earning breakout kind of thing. In a different market condition, I would have gone big on this one, but let's see. Small position, then if it closes like this, if more volume comes in, then I would add to that position. And it showed up here first, right? And somewhere I saw it here. I think Celsius Holding, or no, I thought no, I saw it in the scan itself. Like so here on the scan itself, when I was running, it is showing Celsius Holding, right? Something which is like so I'm keeping an eye on the red worm. The red worm is still like this thing. So many of these moves might start fading. Some of them might start fading. So that's the other thing which you have to be worried about, basically, right? And so here Celsius Holding is something which I already have opened a small position, comparatively small. Uh, so here, like in United Health, I was coming in with a $2 stop. Now I moved my stop to 486, so I'm risking around 74 cents on this particular thing in the hope of making $8 to $10 more or even more kind of thing. And As you can see, I'm not looking at a 5 minute chart or anything here to make decision making, right? And basically, I'm just looking at like kind of basically the daily chart and making my decision, right? So pure storage has the momentum. So if you're a day trader, that's the kind of stocks where you need to focus on, right? And basically, Dollar General on the short side is having a momentum. So and then you have to wait for some sort of a continuation setup or a low risk entry and those kind of setups. A lot of stocks, 41 stocks are showing up here. Like you can see, this is filled up. This is the bearish side. This thing is not filled up. So not much buying coming into the market currently. So Celsius holding is acting well basically. It's still holding up well. If it closes like that, it will be much better situation basically. Celsius holding, that's the one which is acting well out of all the things here as of now, as far as I'm concerned on a day-to-day basis. And as you can see, Celsius holding is here showing up also. Maybe part of the reason is because I added to my position, so it might have contributed little bit uh, to buying there. Uh, but that's like looking good currently. So here you can see like what I'm looking at. I'm looking at crowd. So let's see like so crowd, Microsoft. None of them are setups for me like looking good, except for Celsius holding probably. That's the one which I bought very quickly and then added a little bit to it. I would see if volume comes in, more volume and all, then we'll see to add more to that position, even more. Typically, I don't like I buy in one tranches, but nowadays, because the kind of size which I have to buy, I have to do good amount of buying in small, multiple orders buying is what I am left to do basically. So this Celsius holding, right, is the one which is like really the story of the day today, right? It's the story of the day basically. Story. Now, the only thing which you don't want is anything fading now. Tesla, AI, SPY, Okta, they don't look too good. JWN, DW. A lot of selling. I still see a lot of selling here, right? And I see the red worm has been sitting on top for extended period for last 2 days, So the seller might be still active, is what my thinking is. You get some rotation into these kind of things like in a Chinese stock, but as you know, Chinese stock is not my source of this thing. The only thing good thing which I see as of now, as far as I am concerned, is this Celsius holding. I would like to see more, much more volume in it. It's only 275. I want to see like in a volume like say probably 2 million at least or more for this to get going really, really aggressively. So I'm going to keep it open till 10 o'clock. To just this is just to show you, looking at what I am looking at in the morning to make my swing decisions, and if I find something, how quickly I do get in. If something meets my criteria, right? And basically, Celsius holding met my criteria. So as soon as I saw it, I think I was a little bit late also to still to see it, but like and that was the first time it hit, and my average price is around. The average price is 129.82, 129.80, 81, 82 kind of a thing. So not a big position. I'm in two minds because a lot of things have faded on me in the recent 2 days, so or recent 3 days. So there's a chunk of profit here now on this particular position. So essentially, one stock which showed up early, which was like in a good setup, Celsius holding, and that's the one. Are there other stocks which had like in a random buying, random setup? Yes, but that's not what I am interested in. Right. So as of now, I see very little, like only 13 stocks showing up in my combination scan because I do this daily. I know that on a good day you get to see like in a lot more than this. So that's the way the market is. On the bearish side, you're looking at around 73 stocks. You're looking at the worm not really letting go. It is just like sitting there and like not really doing anything, which is like this thing. So more selling than buying currently in the market, basically, is what I see in this thing. So as you can see, Nvidia continues to show up there. Yesterday it sold up very hard. It's like in a bouncing today, but it's not a good setup for like this thing. Uh, the setup which I saw and I was immediately interested because I had looked at it as a post earnings EP kind of a situation where it had like a had orderly digestion of the move, and then it is making a move is Celsius holding, and this is where I built some position, not really big position, but uh, yeah, around. In a good market, I would have done a big position. Here it is not really such a big position. I might add to it if it is like an closes near high basically, but that will not be a very optimum entry. So it's around 9:59. One more minute. You see, Nvidia keeps getting like in a strong buying. Why did it sell up yesterday? I don't know. But anyway, as far as I'm concerned, the stock should never have done what it did yesterday. So I'm out of that thing. So where are we? Are we at 10 o'clock? Not yet at 10 o'clock. We are getting some more stocks showing up. The worm still continues to be dominated by red. There is no strong buying coming into the market. Select stocks are finding some buy interest, which I'm looking at currently. And Celsius holding is the one, which I already have a position. 129.82. So it's 10 o'clock, so first 1 hour kind of a thing. If you want to see like in a quickly, this is what I'm like in on the this side. I was looking at like in a the breakouts. Now obviously this is all set like this: AMD, Nvidia, Pure Storage, Marvel, Crowd, Google, Baba, right, and Netflix, right, and basically. Uh, there's only one stock which looks good to me here. The Chinese stocks are bouncing back, but as you know, I'm not a fan of Chinese stock currently because they are not work. This is the one where I am in, which I saw in the scan. 129.82 is an average. Like I bought first tranche and then I added to it. So I bought it at uh, why it is not showing quite. Yeah, okay. So first bought at 129 and then added at 130. So that's like on an average around 129.80 kind of a thing.